That reminds me of Fergie's song. What was it?
Fergie?
Are you ready? Yeah. G-L.
I don't like Fergie like that.
Okay, because we're recording.
Oh, he is? Okay. Yeah, sorry, Fergie heard me, but...
Didn't they call her the Duchess or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because was her dad from England?
Girl, that girl from, like, Orange County, California. She ain't from no England.
Oh, remember when she was part of...
Kids Incorporated.
Yes. Kids Incorporated. K-I-D-S. Why your tempo always slower than mine?
No, your tempo is slower than mine.
No, yours is
No,
slower.
it's not.
Yes, it is.
Let's do it again.
Kids Incorporated.
See, you're slower. It might be the headphones.
It could be. I'm over here arguing with you over something so silly. Anyways.
K-I-D-S. Well, okay. Just to clarify, I liked Fergie on Kids Incorporated. I didn't really like Fergie when she got with Black Eyed Peas because they didn't need her.
That whole thing was interesting to me anyways.
'Twas.
Because remember, they were already a prominent group.
Yeah, that's what I say. They didn't need her.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it was, oh, look, we've added Fergie. And I was like,
who? Why?
Who's Fergie? And then I was like, oh, snap. That's the girl from Kids Incorporated.
I think we are telling our age right now.
Well, that's true.
Anyone who's listening
Speaking
don't know
of
who
which,
Kids Incorporated.
You know what I miss that I used to love? Like, I would literally get out of school and race home to watch every day.
Mickey Mouse Club.
Girl, no. No, even though I like that. Mm-mm.
Dang.
Ghost Rider.
Oh, wow. I ain't heard that name in years.
Don't do me. Don't talk about some years.
It's the truth.
I liked it.
I didn't.
And then remember at the end of everything, they'd be like, and the lesson learned today. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Didn't the computer type?
Yeah, because it was a Ghost Rider. Don't do me. Don't do me.
Hi, everybody.
Right.
Welcome
back
to another episode of
Bible Okay. Bible.
All right.
Girl, we really need to find someone to do our intro.
We need to go hit up a church that has...
Oh, no, not a whole church.
Not for real. It has a praise team, like, practicing. And like, hey, can y'all just, like, record this 2 lines real quick?
You know... Look, we just need to bring our phones and just put on record. Don't nobody know who it was.
They not going to understand.
Right.
Okay, y'all. We going to get to the meat and potatoes. Ha. Pun in all the way intended.
Yes, that's a
good
one.
For this episode.
This is a good one. And so we hope you all enjoyed our bonus episode last week talking about Halloween and all of our experiences. And we hope everyone, for those of you who did go trick-or-treating, hope you had a good time. For those of you who stayed home and watched some Jesus movies, hope you had a good time.
And I hope you ate all the candy that was available to you. Because that's what I ate. Does it sound like hate? I meant hate. No. Lord. I meant to say ate all the candy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if it sound like hate, I'm sorry.
No.
Because sometimes my brain will say a word, but my mouth will say a different word.
No, I get it. Mine does that all the time. Especially when I'm sleepy. Did you pass out candy?
No.
No? Okay.
Mm-mm.
No.
Where I live, there's not a lot of children around, so...
You don't know that. They could be kids.
I've heard one child and seen. That's it. That's the one child. And he may be 8 years old, but I don't think they did any trick-or-treating there anyway.
Yeah.
So.
My husband and I were talking about how this year was kind of bland and lame, actually.
Really?
We only had a handful of kids show up, and then a whole bunch of them, since they were younger, they came like before the sun was set anyways. Mm-hmm. So I was like, what the heck? Like, you can't even see the decorations good because the sun is still out.
You know what? Also, they could have done more, like what we said, the trunk or treat stuff. than go door to door.
So yeah, you're right, because that is a big thing now.
And that really did pick up this year.
Yeah, for whatever reason. Lot of places are doing that. Yeah. I mean, and then back in the day, remember they used to do them in the mall and whatnot too. But anyways, yeah, we dressed up. I'll have to send pictures to you so we can post them on our Instagram for everybody to see. But my husband and I did dress up.
I was supposed to carve a pumpkin, and I'm still having hope to carve this pumpkin. It's still over there.
Well, look, you know what? Technically, it is still fall season, and
I'm gonna carve this pumpkin.
The pumpkin spice bandit.
Yes, I'm gonna carve this pumpkin.
So yeah, you still gonna carve it. But either way, as she was stating, the meat and potatoes. Today we are doing another bonus episode on Thanksgiving.
Yes, because little do people realize Thanksgiving is in the month of November, not Christmas. Because everybody jumps straight to Christmas when November 1st because of Mariah Carey.
Hold, please. We're going to pause on that because it irritates my soul when I go to stores in August and they're already putting out Christmas trees.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? You have a mix. I should not be able to go in the store and have gigantic skeletons and pumpkins, and at the same time in the next row, Christmas trees popped up. That don't make sense. What are you selling to me at this point?
I don't know, but it just seems like the Christmas season gets longer and longer every year.
It really does. I remember my mom used to say this saying, you've heard this before, Christmas starts in July? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I never understood that. And then
I guess because people prep buy gifts and stuff in July.
Yeah, because they say that the big sales actually are better in the summer, Independence Day for July. So it's better to start buying your gifts then and just tuck them away or whatnot.
I'm not that disciplined.
No, I'm not either. But either way, it still ain't Christmas season. This is turkey.
This is turkey season. This is pie season. This is gathering and being thankful season.
You know what I feel like right now? Looney Tunes. Rabbit season. Duck season.
Duck season.
Rabbit season.
Duck season.
Turkey season.
Christmas season.
Turkey season.
It is so true. And like I said earlier, a moment ago, we have Mariah Carey to blame. I am not taking anything away from Miss Mariah and her song, but she is now the queen of Christmas. Yeah. And people look forward to hearing the song and blasting it every chance they get.
You know what, though? I think those are the people who didn't work in retail around Thanksgiving time, because if you've ever, or if you currently do work in retail, you know they put that specific Christmas track on, and you hear all of the Christmas tunes every day. All day long. And once you escape that, you're like, ooh, I'll never have to listen to that again. After you listen to it for every day. Every day.
I don't want to jump too far ahead in this episode about Christmas, but really fast, since you mentioned that, there's a song that I can't stand listening to because I worked in retail.
Which one is it? Is it the Mariah one?
No. Okay. She's cool. She gets a pass. It's I think it's a Paul McCartney song.
Paul McCartney.
Simply Happy.
Oh my gosh. What wonderful.
And again, like you said, that doggone track was playing I'm like, why are y'all playing the same CD? Yes, CD, because when I was younger, it was a CD. It wasn't a playlist or an MP3 file. It was a CD on repeat.
Nobody was plugging in their iTunes.
No.
Self-respected.
But yeah. But going back to our topic for today. So we're going to discuss some of our favorite Thanksgiving traditions and what we look forward to during this season of giving and, being thankful. And, the foods we like to cook and eat and the foods we stay away from. Because I'm sure there's plenty of them.
For me, there's a plenty.
Okay. So let's get it cracking. All right. So how was your childhood Thanksgiving growing up?
Okay. So for me, again, you guys know my family is military. So it really was literally, you know how now people call it Friendsgiving?
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it was for us growing up. So it would be me and my siblings and my parents. But then we also had my parents' friends and their kids would come over. So we really didn't have family nearby because again, we were on base and we were always moving around and stuff. So it was mainly friend oriented for us is what we did. And then, you always have someone cook the big stuff and then other people bring the extra the sides dishes. I don't know about you, but me and my family, we don't roll like that. So if we're hosting, we pretty much cook the food, and people you could bring a drink because again, we don't. Let's see. I'm trying to say this in a nice PC way. As Black folk,
oh boy,
we don't trust everybody's dishes.
True.
Even other Black folk dishes.
True.
I need to vet your collard greens before you bring them in my house to eat. And so we have a very particular way that we cook them. And, over the years, we did start making it to where, because, you start having people who, I don't eat pork and da-da-da. Because, okay, so rewind. When we make our greens, okay, you soak them overnight, right? You tear them. Ain't no pre-bought. We don't do the pre-cut, pre-packaged stuff. We getting them off of the whole stock, stalks of collards. Tearing them, put them in the sink, soak them. The sink, not a bowl. You put them in the whole sink, and you soak them and rinse them and clean them, and then you soak them off, and
soak them in vinegar.
Girl, and then you tear them off and you put them in pot, and we cook ours sometimes we chop up onions in it, but not that often. But we put the ham hock in it.
Yeah.
Right? But you have some people who don't like that. So then we had to start, we'd have to make two separate ones. One with the ham hock, one with the smoked turkey neck, the thing that you pull outside the turkey.
Yeah.
We would mix them with that. But yeah, my family picky. We don't like everybody's mac and cheese. So
Ooh.
I don't do that.
Ooh.
Well, I don't like everybody. Okay.
Before we go, hold on. Let me just. Dang. Let me find out. Your family was elite. Elitism.
I'm so sorry.
Classist and egregious when it comes to Thanksgiving food.
You asked the question.
Okay. Did y'all dress up?
Yes.
Seriously, in dresses and stuff and formal?
Yep.
Did y'all set the table and place settings and decor
you are
charges
sending me down memory lane, and you are bringing up some very deep buried emotions because and I don't like to use the word hate, but I used to hate having to, because my dad would make us get up, help cook all this. Like I said, we spent all night tearing greens. Okay, your fingertips soaked and they stain green and all that stuff, and then you go to bed, and then you have to wake up and still help cook some more stuff. Then you want us to hurry up and take a shower and throw on a whole dress and do our hair to have friends of yours, not mine, friends of yours come over to sit at. Remember when we talked about the card tables before?
Yep, the card tables.
The card tables that was stacked and lined up in folded chairs. Why do I have
flimsy card tables?
Right. Why do we need to dress up for that?
I don't know who started that.
What?
Maybe it's...
What pilgrims do you know?
Well, in the pictures, they were all dressed up. Maybe that's where it came from.
They weren't dressed up. That was just their everyday basic clothing. When they had their little pilgrimage hat. Okay, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm about to segue.
Uh-oh.
But did you? And I know you're about to laugh at this. In elementary school, did they make you do a Thanksgiving play?
Yep. Do the play, wear those stupid pilgrim hats, make the turkey at the palm of your hand.
Oh, sorry, I'm joking.
Poor indigenous people.
So,
man, we would. The representation was so bad.
No, I'm segueing, and I went off because I was thinking about, like you said, the people dressed up, and I'm like, no, that was their everyday clothes. But I do remember them making us make those hats, like a bonnet.
Yep.
And the girls would have to wear them, and then the boys would.
The black construction paper.
It was black construction
make
paper,
a rim.
white construction paper, and yellow because the buckle was yellow.
Yes.
And then you would glue the stuff together, and you would make this construction hat, and then they would have the little, what do you call
the rim?
The rim. No, the thing to attach it to your head, the little, like a string.
Oh, a little string or whatever.
A string. And the boys would wear theirs.
Piece of yarn, probably.
Yes. And the girls would wear their bonnet. And then we would have to do a whole play.
For what?
And somebody always had to be a turkey.
Somebody had to be a turkey.
Why did they do that to us?
I have no idea.
I need to see if I got some I bet you one of my parents or grandparents, since my parents are passed, somebody got to probably have these old pictures of us.
I would have to dig for it, but I know we did stuff like that in elementary school.
And And you used to be a teacher. Did you used to make the kids?
The only thing they did was a palm turkey thing with their hand. Because, I taught littles. So I was like, just trace your hand. And then I give them feathers and they make the little turkey. They take it home.
Oh, you did feathers? Okay. So ours was first trace your hand. Then we cut out.
Yeah, you cut it out. Feathers. But then you put the feathers on. Wait, what?
With the construction paper, we would cut out little, pretty much oval shaped things that look like feathers and then glue it onto the hand print. No,
we would take their hand, trace it, and then cut it, and then put the little feathers on each little finger, little hump. And then give them little googly eyes for the turkey. And cut a little triangle for the nose. Like, go show mommy. Yay.
This triggered me so bad because I don't know why every year that was a craft that you had to do.
It was an easy thing, man.
If it wasn't cutting out the feathers, it was taking a sponge paint and painting the thing in. But I used to be, I used to live for these plays. Remember how you were saying before that you like to write plays?
Yeah.
And whatnot. Oh, that's what we should have did. We should have did a play next episode.
We should have did like I'm segueing again in Adam's Family Values when Wednesday did that Thanksgiving play at her summer camp when she burned down the whole village.
That scene, that is one of my favorite scenes. Don't make me come back because that is literally one of my favorite scenes. I'm sorry, y'all, but she did that thing and she slapped the thing. Because she did that one, and then the other one, her and her brother was reenacting. Remember? And it's just sliced and all that fake blood is all over the audience, and you're like, and then her mom stood up and bravo. That's how I would feel back in my elementary days when my parents would come and see our Thanksgiving because they would do the Thanksgiving play literally right before you would go on break.
Yeah.
Now, I think nowadays kids only get like 2-3 days off, but we used to get that week off for Thanksgiving.
When I was teaching, they only got like 1 or 2 days or 3.
Yeah, no,
if that.
We got the whole week off.
Yeah, but okay. Well,
okay, sorry. She triggered me with the asking if I had to dress that. But yes, no, they did. They made. We had to do our hair. You had to put on a dress. The boys had to wear button-up shirts and slacks.
Okay.
Did you guys have to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in on that part. We didn't always have to dress up, but it depends on whose house it was at. Because growing up, we would rotate. Let me back up a little bit. Okay. So, for my upbringing, it was very close. My grandmother, my dad, his sisters, my aunts, everybody, all those 3 families lived in the same city neighborhood until one of my aunts moved a little further out west in Miramar, Florida. So we would rotate each house who would have Thanksgiving dinner. Grandma would host it one year. Auntie, I'm not gonna say the name, would host it one year. But the one particular aunt who moved out to the west side, God rest her soul, I love this woman. She would make us dress up. And I didn't really mind because, I'm cool with it. But we would have to wear the Sunday church dresses and, do our hair. And she would have place settings and stuff. But when my grandmother hosted it, we ain't got to do all that. Just come. Hurry up. It was more like, hurry up and eat and get out of my house.
Right. Nana was like, come as you are.
As you are.
I've been cooking all night. I don't care what you got on.
And depending on the weather, we would be able to play outside because, we're in Florida. So most Thanksgivings weren't always chilly.
Okay, I got a question for you on that. Mm-hmm. And not to sound weird, you guys, but in the movies, they always show the white family after Thanksgiving, they go outside and play football.
We did that.
You did that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do that.
Yeah, we'd go play football. Well,
after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, after dinner.
Really?
This is before the whole Black Friday phenomenon came about.
My family just means be ghetto because what we did was we played bid whist. Or dominoes. They didn't go I guess because every day we could play outside and play football.
I would say this. You would either catch somebody watching a football game for sure. Mm-hmm. Playing games and stuff, it would probably be a board game. My grandma didn't really deal well with loud noise, so dominoes is out of the question.
Okay.
So she was we're not doing all that.
Oh no.
But she would. I'll say they as the elders be like, y'all go play, y'all go do something outside, burn that turkey off or whatever, and come back and have dessert or whatever.
So okay, don't laugh. But you remember that Martin episode where he got the Hitachi 3000?
Yeah.
So my dad literally had a Hitachi. It was called a Hitachi. And it was one of those big 60, 70-inch 4-screen TVs. Mm-hmm. He had 2.
Dang!
So we would have 2 in the living room. And both would have, like, one would be playing a movie. The other one would probably be playing a football game.
Who's listening to... If I wanted to watch... The Godfather.
No.
Is that on mute while the game is on?
So this is. Let me. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all. My dad's name is Herman.
Take us there.
Let me take you back to Herman.
Yes, take us to Herman.
Thanksgiving.
Yes.
You have the 2 big TVs in the living room. They both. One has a movie on. One might have a football game on. Both is on mute. Ain't nothing playing because again, everyone still is on card tables and broken and separated up and are going to be either playing Bones, which is dominoes, or Bid Whist.
Right.
So, and there's music playing.
Oh, see, I was going to say we didn't really have...
There's music and everybody's laughing and after eating and playing these games and whatever. While these things are on the TV and they just check in scores and whatnot. Yeah. But there was no going outside and play. I mean, the kids could go outside, yes, but we wasn't playing football. We was just outside playing. But yeah, no, the adults.
Well, is it
whole? Like I told you, my family like to party, girl.
I was gonna say, and plus you guys had more friends over than family too, so that basically y'all had a party. You had a Thanksgiving dinner party,
right?
Yeah,
it was pretty much a party every day.
Yeah, so we didn't do that. I don't recall very much loud music or music. If someone's playing music, it was probably gospel or some Christian music. It wasn't nothing worldly. I know that much for a fact. Now, if I can jump ahead to now, we'll play a family game that includes everybody or play some music and just really act a fool. My family, my sisters, my dad gets so sick of us because when we get together, we just act stupid. And their kids get upset too, their husbands. I be like, listen, this is what we do.
Not
the kids. Oh my gosh. Like if we play...
Like all the cousins should be acting stupid and having fun.
So what it is now, I'm going to present day. The girls that my sisters have are older. When they were younger, they were with the shenanigans. Now that they're little, everybody's like 17 and up.
Right.
So there's one like, oh my God, you're embarrassing me. It's that energy.
Oh gosh.
So it's more like if me and my sisters and even my mom, if we're having a good old time, we're playing music, we're dancing and we're doing like, whatever. They're like, oh my God. So it's like, all right, well, go be on your phone then.
Right. Teenagers are so lame.
They're so lame.
They think they're so, which cracks me because they think they're so cool. But sometimes you'd be like, y'all are lame. But for us, I mean, I guess like you said, because it was more of a friends thing. Mm-hmm. And it was, again, my house, we just always partied. So it was definitely a party situation, always. But we having a good time. But yeah, okay, so I want to talk about what was your standard Thanksgiving feast?
Oh, Lord. Okay. I've said this time and time again. My family is Caribbean. We are Jamaican. So honestly, Jamaicans don't do anything too different year round to do at Thanksgiving. It's going to be the same stuff.
Okay.
Which is why sometimes I'm like, I don't really want curry goat right now because I'm going to get it in April. Like, I like to want stuff. But anyway, we would always have some type of curry chicken or curry goat, some type of jerk chicken or brown stew chicken, the same stuff year round.
Yeah.
The only thing that stood out that was different was that doggone turkey. And growing up, I cannot remember who made it. I know it wasn't my mama because she does not like to cook. I don't know if it was store-bought or what. I can't remember. Now, my sisters will cook it. I've made one turkey once before. It came out really good.
Okay.
But that's a labor-intensive process. So I'm not with all that.
Yeah.
But as far as like feasting goes, I don't know. Because like I said, we get everything. I don't think I personally look forward to, I'm about to have this. I will say this. I do make a corn souffle pudding type of vibe.
Pudding?
It's called pudding, but it's not like actual like Jell-O pudding. Like it's like a casserole basically.
My face is screwed up because I'm like,
her face went all the way north.
Like what?
If you look for it online, it's called a corn casserole.
Okay.
But some people call it a corn pudding. It's made with what? Oh, it's made with Jiffy cornbread mix.
Okay.
Like 1 or 2 eggs and canned corn and cream corn. Okay. And a little sugar. It's good as hell.
That's okay.
It's good as gosh darn heck.
I'm pretty sure there's people.
But I will say I maybe look forward to that because my nieces love it. So
okay. I have never had that ever.
I'll bring you some.
So okay. For us, the standard was turkey,
right?
Which I don't like turkey because turkey is dry. If you ask
me, it depends on what part of the turkey you eat. So
no, every part for me was dry. So and I'll get to there. Okay, the one that I found that I finally did like. But we always had a turkey. We always had a ham as well. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, ham's for Christmas."
We have ham too.
We always had ham.
My mom loves ham.
We had macaroni and cheese.
Had that.
Collard greens.
Did not have that.
Cornbread.
Did not have that
growing
up.
Yeast rolls.
Had that.
Mashed potatoes.
Had that.
Rice
and peas.
Every carb you probably could think
every dong carb. I'm like, we are going to be so fat.
So corn.
Mm-hmm. Corn on the cob?
Corn on the cob. Mm-hmm.
We did not do that.
We had corn on the cob, and we had green beans. And we gonna touch on this whole green bean thing.
We are, because I'm brimming with a question.
I didn't know about I know what you're going to go to. I didn't even know about that till I came back to America. I'd never even heard of.
Let's just go now.
Okay.
Green bean casserole?
Yes, ma'am. Green bean So for all of y'all out there, especially if you are not from the US of A, green bean casserole is something that certain people of certain cultures over here like to make. I've never seen it until I was an adult, and I was thrown for a loop. Because for us, we didn't eat that. No. It is made of green beans, French onions.
Fried
French onions. And cream, like a cream of mushroom soup. And something else that people put in it. And it's... Can I hop in? People like it. I don't. Yes,
so, please do. Okay. You know, I like to watch a lot of documentaries and stuff on TV. And one of my favorite docuseries is called The Foods That Built America.
Okay.
And I've talked to you about this show before. Mm-hmm. So the way green bean casserole came about is because Campbell's literally needed to sell off those cream of mushroom soups that they had. And they asked one of their developers to make a recipe using that cream of mushroom soup because it was like stockpiling or too much inventory. They weren't selling. They wouldn't just sell it off the shelf like somebody eat cream of mushroom soup. So some woman, I forgot her name, she worked at the company. She was playing around and she made it, and she saw some green beans in their test kitchen and put all that stuff together with the thing, and she was like, this might be good. So that became the literal recipe for cream of mushroom soup on the label.
What? Okay, maybe.
Now, wait. Before, I'd like to add a little addendum.
Go for it.
The name of this podcast is Bible by Blacks, right?
Yes.
Blacks. The people who invented the green bean casserole were not blacks. You may continue.
Okay. So, as blacks, we do like to have a lot of seasoning in our food.
Okay.
We do.
Okay.
I know they say the other culture that's probably second to us is Mexican because they put a lot of seasoning in their food.
And maybe it's Indians too.
Well, yeah. Well, a lot of theirs is kind of pretty much either was it
turmeric?
Not turmeric. Tamarind.
Tamarind.
I think it's tamarind.
Cardamom.
Maybe. Curry and like ginger or whatever. Yeah. That's usually. But either way.
I see you're going with that. Okay.
Okay. So as black people, we do put a lot of seasoning in our food. Yes. We do. And people love it because we don't like our stuff bland. With that being said, we will make up a recipe. Mm-hmm. And for us growing up, cream of mushroom soup was used in our house, but not for green bean casserole.
What'd you use it for? I know what it is.
My dad has him and my mother. I don't know what year they came up with this, but it's called broccoli rice casserole.
Yes.
That is what we use it for.
With cheese?
Yes.
Yep.
Black. And we go, you know what? Let me segue on that because as black people, we got to stop putting cheese on everything.
Why we got to stop?
Not everything requires cheese.
Yes, it do.
I am a black person. I am black. But I don't like cheese like that. Like, I don't like my cheese. My dad put cheese on ramen noodles. Cheese on... Don't laugh. Cheese on ramen noodles. He put cheese on... Like, when I tell... Like, this... Ooh. I'm sorry, y'all. Segue. Okay.
I can just picture
when you make
cheese on them noodles.
Spaghetti. And you boil your noodles. And you have the sauce and the meat and all your seasonings. And you make some nice pasta spaghetti. You don't need to put a slice of Kraft single cheese on top of that spaghetti. But my dad, that's what he did. And a lot of you black people out there, I see y'all do that. I see the pictures. I see people on Instagram talking about what they eat. You do not need a Kraft single slice of doggone cheese on top of your spaghetti.
Big old orange square cheese.
Not melted, ain't blended in.
Because it don't melt.
That thick, congealed,
oh my God,
not really cheese that y'all love, and you have a whole meal cooked, and you want to throw a cold slice of a square cheese on it. That makes I'm getting that. Okay, see, she keep triggering me, y'all.
I do.
But yes, the broccoli rice casserole was made with cheese, but thankfully not Kraft single cheese. But we use Cheese Whiz though. It's not much better.
Whoa, for real?
Yeah. And ours you use Cheese Whiz, broccoli, rice,
dang, that's so
cream
rich.
And mushroom soup.
That is so rich. Y'all should have been outside playing football after these meals. Black.
So we put all that in there. Plus, of course, some seasonings too, like some pepper and paprika, because you know black
you
people
always gonna need your paprika.
Okay. We need to talk about this as black people. Why do we like paprika as a seasoning? It has no flavor.
Taste.
No taste at all.
Only smoked paprika will give you the taste.
Right, but we don't use that. The majority of us use ground paprika. So why? Because we just like how it look?
It gives everything color.
But it don't have... I need y'all to admit it don't have no taste.
It doesn't have any taste.
It doesn't.
For some reason, black people do not like to eat things that are too light skinned. Like if it's baked chicken, it needs to have some type of hue to it. Because if it's as white as notebook paper, we're not gonna eat it.
We're not. We're gonna look at that like, they didn't season that at all.
Did y'all boil that?
Who's this for? Is this for the dog?
Right.
Like, you know you ain't serving that
right.
for us. We don't. Yeah, you're right. We don't. We honestly. Listen, and unfortunately, it is hereditary, and it's something that unfortunately is a generational thing that carries over. Because I am quick to put paprika on stuff, knowing good and well it ain't got no flavor.
None. But as an adult, I have grown to love smoked paprika. So give that a shot. Let's try rather in some of your dishes.
I'll try it, but either way. But again, we just like it because, like you said, the color.
But let me roll back to green beans real quick.
Yeah.
We never had green beans on the table.
Just even regular green beans?
No.
So y'all never ate regular?
I think our vegetable may have been like cabbage, obviously. Mm-hmm. Maybe broccoli.
And see, we don't have cabbage during Thanksgiving.
Again, Jamaicans, we have the same stuff. Nothing is different. Maybe broccoli, but like vegetables were scarce on the doggone table. Yeah. Because we didn't make collard greens. And the closest thing to collard greens is callaloo, but that's like a breakfast, like. Oh, okay. So, nah.
Yeah. Yeah, even though we didn't, you're right. I mean, it's Thanksgiving, like I said, it's a carb feast. We don't in a few weeks.
Why?
Okay, wait a minute, though. Okay, here's the question.
Okay.
Cranberry sauce.
Oh, I have it.
So, are you a
yes?
I want real made, or are you the ocean spray?
I'm saying yes, and I'm looking at you in your face. Yes, I like yes. Okay,
wait a minute. Hand raised again. My family ghetto. I love that nasty. I know it's nasty, but I love that ocean spray canned one that you have to take the butter knife and cut around the rim for it to slide that slump of jellied cranberry sauce out. You gotta give it a shimmy, like
you sure do,
and shake it so it
knock it
against out. Right, it comes out on a plate, and then my mom would be like, "Take the knife and cut it in slices."
Right.
So you have these little circular circles of syrup. And then I don't know why. Again, we still, as a grown adult, I still make my family eat it, and they love it too. And then you take it and you put it on top of the stuffing, or you put it on top of the mac and cheese.
We're gonna go back to stuffing real quick since you said it.
Okay.
But as far as cranberry sauce, I don't have a problem with the canned stuff, but I make fresh cranberry. It's actually sauce because what you guys are eating is jellied
I don't
cranberry sauce. I make fresh. Me and my dad, that's my homie. He loves my fresh sauce, and I think my brother-in-law said he likes it too. But for the most part, yeah, the rest of my family, they want the canned stuff. So there'll be like 2 bowls on, like now, present day, like 2 bowls of cranberries like on the table.
I'm laughing because I believe you, because as Black people, I don't know why we love this nasty. Like I just talked about Kraft single cheese. We like nasty processed stuff. I don't know why, but it's in us.
And then to honestly, to make fresh cranberry sauce takes no time at all.
I know someone's made it for me. I'm not. I haven't had yours, but I have had it, and I'm just.
I love mine. I even put a little tequila in mine one year.
Tequila.
Little splash. I made a tequila lime cranberry sauce. It was so good.
That does sound good.
Because cranberry goes good with tequila. I'm talking about the wrong thing on this podcast.
That's okay.
But it's fine.
I mean, listen, we can drill on it because we have libations
at
Thanksgiving.
Okay, pause that. But let me go back to the stuffing. Mm-hmm. Do you call it in your family?
Oh my gosh,
you gotta do it. Stuffing or dressing?
Ours is interchangeable. Honestly, we were never that picky. But growing up, my mom would say, I think stuffing.
Was it? Okay, because it's 2 different. It comes in 2 different forms.
There's stuffing and there's dressing.
Right. So did y'all have actual stuffing? Even though you said it's interchangeable, was it like
stuffed inside the turkey?
That or on the side of like in a bowl, like less thick than dressing.
Okay, so here's the thing. I love my mama. Lord knows I do. But there were some things that she was not good at making. One of them was stuffing. So she was good to throw a stovetop stuffing on there.
Okay.
And I never liked stovetop stuffing, so I would never really eat it.
Okay.
But I learned how to actually make stuffing. Now, I don't make mine from scratch from cornbread like some people do, or from dried bread. Mm-hmm. I don't do that. I buy the Pepperidge Farm.
The bag
that's already.
Look. That bag is clutch.
First of all, 1, the bag is clutch. 2, they have like 3 or 4 different types of seasoning ones. I get the blue bag. I get the blue bag.
Full of rice. Get the blue and the cornbread.
Let me tell y'all.
Put them together.
Yeah, let me put Black people on point. Get that blue bag is everything. Like she said, if you mix both of them together, it's fine. But either way, but I live for the blue bag. But again, being Black, I still add more seasoning to stuff.
Yeah, you have to.
We have to. Even though I ain't gonna lie. There's so much seasoning in that blue bag. There really is. There's no need to add more to it. But we kind of have to. Again, it's in our genes. It's in our genetics. So I learned to make it from scratch.
Okay.
That's how I'm sorry. I scratch using that. I don't do it from the cornflour. Yes.
And you make dressing from scratch too, right?
Well, I don't make dressing. I make stuffing.
Okay.
But so what is the difference?
All right, let me hop on in.
I know, right? Because you are my fellow favorite, we call it sous chef, I guess, or something like that.
Okay, so
chef extraordinaire.
Before I give my take on what we had,
she needs to show me how to make a charcuterie board. Side note.
Oh my god, I love it. Okay, so like you said, stuffing is more bready. Mm-hmm. Dressing for Black communities is more like it's more dense. It's like you cut it like you cut a block.
Oh yeah, that's how I make mine.
That's how you make your stuffing. Yep. So you're actually making dressing. Oh. Do you have a binder in it, like an egg or a broth or something?
Heck yeah.
Then you're making dressing, because stuffing doesn't have that. Stuffing is like literally like crumbs that you just like.
Oh, let's see.
Because think of stovetop.
Yeah.
Like the actual box. When you make it on the stove, they tell you to fluff it with a fork. You cannot fluff.
Oh yeah, no, mine is not fluffable.
With a fork.
No.
So, growing up, again, my family is from the Caribbean. I never had dressing until I got to Georgia.
Okay.
We grew up on stovetop. Mm-hmm. Because it would either be stuffed in the turkey, and come to find out that's totally not safe to eat.
Yeah.
But it would be stuffed in the turkey or on the side in a bowl, and it was stovetop.
Yeah.
So now what I do, I've learned to enjoy dressing, but only a certain way, because sometimes Black stuff dressing is too thick for me. And it's more like you're eating a pudding. It's like You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
If you could swallow one bite of dressing, come on, I can't do that. I need something.
Mine isn't like that. But it is, you have to cut it. Mine is like you cut it in squares.
Yeah.
Just like you cut the mac and cheese. Mine would be kind of the same consistency as mac and cheese.
So what we do now, because one of my sisters despises dressing no matter what's in it. She likes stovetop. So she'll make...
How does she like stovetop but not
You're going to call her and ask her, because she will literally will be the only one that will buy the stovetop bread box and make stovetop stuffing for herself. It's too salty, but I've told her, I'm like, it's so processed.
I don't know what it is. Like I said, maybe that's what it is. Because like I said, my mom, it was not in her.
So what I've also started doing to kind of bridge the gap between the stuffing and the dressing would make stuffed dressing, but this is me being weird, but just make it with the same consistency that satisfies both. So it's not as dense, but it's not as bready, but here, still eat it. Go.
Okay. So, no. Like I said, mine is doing that.
This is just to appease my family, because I'm going to go with dressing if I'm going to do it. Because now I know what it's like, and now I enjoy it.
Okay, so you said that you guys always have your Thanksgiving with family. So you've never done Thanksgiving with friends? Okay.
Never.
Because I was going to ask you, have you ever actually gone to someone else's house and tried their stuffing or tried their turkey?
Georgia is where that happened. Even when I was in college, I went home for Thanksgiving. I was always with family. Never gone to a boyfriend's house for Thanksgiving.
Really?
Never.
Or a friend's house?
Never gone to a friend's house. I was demanded to bring my behind home for Thanksgiving.
Wow. Okay. So I got some stories to tell, because yes, my family, like I told y'all, is all the way on the other side they're on the West Coast. So I don't always get to travel to go see them for holidays. And when I was younger, I couldn't afford to, on a college salary. So sometimes, just like my family did, I would have Friendsgiving. Story one. One time, I got together with like my cousin that was here, and then some of her roommates
here in Georgia.
Yes, in Georgia. Okay. This is when I'm an adult, and we all got together to make whatever. So people made their things and What threw me for a loop was people had spaghetti, and I was like, "That's not traditional Thanksgiving." But come to find out, some people, especially if they're of certain cultures and background, they said that was normal for their household to have it.
Like from what
at
part of the thing?
Italian or
that's a given.
European, and some I think she was Namibian.
You said Namibian?
I think she was from Namibia. Namibia or Rwanda. There was two. One was from Rwanda. I can't remember which one, but she said that was a standard.
So they made spaghetti for. And all the way in Africa, they make.
Yeah, well, wherever her family resided in before she moved down here, Georgia.
I'm gonna want to Google that.
Yeah. Okay. So that was a shock for me, because I was like, oh, I've never had spaghetti served at Thanksgiving.
Somebody made lasagna one time.
Or lasagna, like that.
Somebody's in-law made lasagna one time.
Ooh, she said the in-law. but yeah, certain things like that. And so that was story one. That one's mild. Story two, this one's kind of mild as well. One time, me and my best friend, who's the godmother of my oldest, neither one of us could make it home for Thanksgiving.
Oh, Lord.
And so we were like, well, what are we going to do? I don't know what we're going to do. And now everyone else went home. So it literally was just the two of us. And we were like, what are we going to do? I don't know what we're going to do. We literally waited until Thanksgiving Eve, I guess.
To go shopping?
To go try to get stuff. Realized ain't nothing on those shelves in the grocery store. Do you know we went to CVS and bought... Have you ever had one of those actual canned hams?
I knew it. Oh, God.
We bought one of those things because we were like, we're going to have something that represents Thanksgiving. And we, first of all, it took forever to find a can open that thing. Because it's supposed to have that little thing that winds down.
It didn't have it.
It did, but it didn't work. That thing don't work like they tell you. So we had to actually pry this nasty thing open. Oh my! It's almost the same thing as like I was saying with what I do love, that the cranberry sauce. it had this like
film
of fat and nastiness on it, and we were like, do we cook it? Do we throw it in the oven? What do we do? And so we took it, and then we was trying to be fancy with just the two of us for some reason on the floor, and got plates and like plopped it on the plate, and then cut it up, and then girl, we tried the thing. I was like, this ain't it. It was.
Did y'all season it or do anything special?
No, we just followed the instructions on the can. Oh, we had that, and we had like two others, like two side. Probably was like green
y'all eating like y'all had wartime or something.
We did, and I was like, this is the nastiest thing. So I don't know if people still eat that. I don't even know if they still sell it. It don't seem safe.
I'm sure they do sell it.
That does not seem like a safe product to be on the stores and selling to people. Ew. I bet you if it was any other place besides America, they would ban that thing off shelves because it was that ain't hitting. Number 3.
Ew.
Story. I did go one time to my first daughter's dad's home for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
You know how people talk about
that
boy. They soak, like I was saying earlier, you soak your greens and you call it washing your greens.
They didn't soak their greens.
No. That wasn't it. You know how we call them like you wash your greens or whatever, right? You soak them.
But did they use bleach to wash them?
They put the greens in the sink and put dishwashing soap.
Okay, we can wrap this podcast up.
And started washing the greens literally with soap. I was like, what? I've never in my life seen someone put literal soap on their greens in your face and wash it. And thank God I saw it being made, because I was like, mental note, don't eat the greens. Because I had never in my life seen people actually put soap to wash and clean their greens. Have you ever?
No.
Or heard of that?
No.
Yeah, that was a bit of a shock to my system, y'all.
I'm appalled for you because you're eating. Well, no, you didn't eat it,
and
but
you
somebody
know
eating
me and my personality,
soap.
And you know my facial expression.
And then tells the whole thing.
So when I was standing there, I was like, "Wait a minute, what are you doing?" Bless her heart. She's so sweet though too, but she started putting the greens in the sink like I do and soaking them, right? And then she grabbed the dishwasher soap. I said, "Oh, be careful because you're over the greens. You want to come over to this side where the sink is empty?" And she was like, "No, it's going in there." And I was like, "What do you mean it's going in there?" She was like that. This is how we wash our greens. You got to put the soap in it. I was like, "Wait a minute.
No, you don't.
I've never seen anyone do that." I was like, "Are you sure that's what you do?" She's like, "Yeah." I said, "No." She was like, "That's not how y'all do it." I said, "No, ma'am.
This is making my head
hurt. Just soak them in the water and run them that way, but we don't actually put soap."
That's gross. Okay, so needless to say, you didn't enjoy that dinner. Okay, moving right along, because goodness, really quick, macaroni and cheese. This is a debate that comes up every year around Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Do you not speak for yourself? Do you put eggs in your macaroni and cheese?
Yes.
I don't.
Yeah. I
don't use eggs.
I don't use eggs, plural. I literally use one egg for binding, and that's it.
So what I do is I make a roux. I make a cheese, like a sauce
make a roux
with flour.
For your mac and cheese?
Yep.
Really?
Butter, flour, and then you put the milks in there and then the cheese and mix a sauce.
Oh,
it stands up on its own.
I call that a cheese sauce. I don't really refer to it.
But I'm starting off with a roux.
Okay.
With the butter and the flour.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't do that, then your macaroni and cheese wouldn't be very firm. If you didn't put if you're not going to use eggs, you need some type of binder.
Yeah.
And people have always had this debate. Oh, man, your grandmama put eggs in your mac and cheese. I'm going to do it too. My grandma didn't make mac and cheese. How about that? My grandma made mac and cheese with penne pasta because, again, Jamaicans don't really care for macaroni and cheese like that.
Wait.
I think
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Let me just say this.
I need an explanation on that one. How does she make the mac and cheese with penne pasta?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because my kids love Alfredo, so I use penne all the time.
So, like I was going to say, macaroni and cheese is more of a Southern dish. Can we agree to that? Southern soul
absolutely.
food. Not even just Southern. Soul food, Black American, whatever. Mm-hmm. It didn't always reach to the Caribbean. So I'm really thinking that us as kids grew up on that Kraft, that blue box stuff, which I can't stand today. I'm never eating it. Mm. But she did make with penne pasta, and they're gonna yell at me. I'm thinking she used sliced cheese too. Because again, this was not something she was used to making. If she wants to appease her grandkids.
Wait, pause for the cause. Dear audience, please do not throw Kraft single slices in your macaroni and cheese.
Do not.
People do that. And I know people think it's hitting.
It's not.
And I know people think it's great. But please don't do that, y'all. That is not a good look. It don't, like she said earlier, that Kraft singles don't melt right.
Don't melt.
As it is. I don't care if you have your oven on broil. The sucker is not melting.
It's going to burn.
It'll burn. Yeah, it'll burn all day. But it ain't going to melt. It don't melt. It don't blend. So please don't do that, you guys.
So that's just my house, my family. But there are some Caribbean cultures that make good macaroni and cheese. Like Haitians make good macaroni and cheese. Mm-hmm. Theirs is more savory, but like they'll use like onion or something like real good. Mm-hmm. Trinidadians do too. Now, my mom, she likes to make her macaroni and cheese with egg and evaporated milk. That's what she uses.
Okay.
And she's done that her whole life. Mm-hmm. My nieces love it. I don't care for it. Me and her be fighting during Thanksgiving because I make mine.
Let me tell y'all something right now. In every Black household, there is a fight about the collard greens, the mac and cheese, and like I said, the stuffing and dressing. Sometimes you know what? I think Black people just be fighting
for food. Period. Why are we like this? I literally
started going down. I'm like, oh wait, we really do.
Why do we do that?
Because, like I was saying earlier, I don't really care for turkey because it's dry. But I will say this: as I got older and was introduced to like Cajun fried turkey or deep fried turkey, I like that because it actually is even though it's fried, it's good and moist. Mm-hmm. So it's not a dry turkey, and I don't mind that. But I just don't like when people, bake the turkey or roast it for all day and then it be dry
because they forget to go in and baste it or keep it covered or whatever.
Yeah, you have to remember to baste it, or if you have a good rotisserie type oven, those are good for them, but you gotta get a big one.
Yeah.
But I do like fried turkeys. I did try, I'll tell you this, which I do recommend everyone try it. I have had a turducken. Do you know what the turducken is?
I do know what it is, but I've never had it before.
For those of y'all who don't know, the turducken is...
somebody made me taste it. Was it you?
No, because I haven't had it in a long time.
Okay.
It was years ago.
Oh, I know who... Oh, I'm not going to say that.
Okay. So a turducken, you guys, is literally... a turkey that has a duck stuffed inside of it that has a chicken.
I have had that
stuffed inside of it. So it literally is 3 layers of meat. And sometimes that last layer on the inside, the chicken, sometimes they put, like you were saying earlier, a stuffing or a sausage or something like that in it.
My sister gonna kill me.
But it's good. I've had it and it was really good because think of all of those meats cut and stuff together. It made it really good and juicy.
And duck has good duck fat.
And chicken cans too.
Yeah, get a little juicy. When it's made the right way.
Well, there you go.
Okay. No, we didn't do that. We didn't grow up on fried turkey or Cajun turkeys. Mm-hmm. Just regular roasted turkey.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We didn't either. So it wasn't until I was older that someone introduced me. And they were like, now what I was tripping off of, it was everybody started having to have all those warnings because people were setting their homes ablaze when you fry turkeys.
You got to lower that sucker real slow into the thing that you frying the turkey in. You got to lower it really so you can't just plop it in there.
But now I'm thinking of like when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was in the furnace. That's what I'm thinking about when people have the because you got to get all that. If you don't use peanut oil, I think it's canola oil that people put like a big old stocking pot of it, and it's hot, and then
it's a vat of oil,
right? And you just you
have to take your time You supposed to wear protective gear too, because that splashback will hurt you.
Girl.
You have to literally lower that turkey like bit by bit until it's fully submerged and then step back. Jeez, man.
So it's like, you done got your whole family ready. Like, hey, y'all, I'm going to make we going deep fried turkey this year. And I got everything ready. I got all my instructions. And you go and just... the whole thing burned up.
Now you got to call 911.
Look, then you outside. And again, my apologies to anyone that this actually has happened to. Because it is, I don't want anyone to get hurt or injured or anyone actually, unfortunately, lose their belongings. But that to me... I'd be like, dang, what did they do? Like, I'd be so into it when every year when they have the reports, I'm like, what did they do wrong? Because everybody's like, no, you got to do it on your driveway, away from your house.
Away from the grass, away from your house.
Away from the grass, away from your house. You do it in your driveway. And then, but people be like, yep, it caught my deck on fire, which was attached to their home. And so someone's home is on fire or someone got injured because they was too close or it was too hot. So I'd be like, dang, every next morning, I'd be like, who got hurt on a fried turkey? Because there's always injuries. It's to the point now where they're recommending people don't do it at home.
And just go buy it. Because Popeye sells good fried turkeys.
Oh, do they?
They sell fried, like regular fried, and they sell Cajun turkeys.
Really?
We got a Cajun turkey one year. I don't remember which year, but it was good.
I get them from, what's it called? Copeland's.
Yeah.
The Copeland's
They have good ones too.
They have them there.
Does Papa Do's sell? I don't know.
But
I know for sure Popeyes is definitely one. You have to pre-order that. So if y'all gonna do it now.
Right. So is Copeland's. They do pre-order, and they're reasonable price. And then because they have different sizes and all that stuff. But yeah, now I'm thinking about these poor people. Yes, y'all. So again, if anyone is planning on frying their turkey this year,
please watch a YouTube tutorial.
Please do.
Do your best Googles.
You may want to reach out to your fire department and ask them for safety.
They're going to be like, no.
Right. They're probably going to be like, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. If you live in an apartment, probably no, don't do it. But because a lot of places actually say, do it in your driveway.
Yeah.
So you don't injure yourself or to your home.
Okay, so let's switch it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. So after you eat, okay, we're in the new millennium now. We're not in the 90s or the 80s. After you eat, right? Mm-hmm. After you said had some fellowship, Black Friday shopping. Did you partake in that? Yep.
Nope.
You said no.
Yep.
Okay. So before they changed the rules, quote unquote, for Black Friday, because now because people are always getting hurt and people stealing and doing the most and people fighting over a big screen TV.
And that's why I don't go.
So people
were violent.
In the maybe the early 2000s or 2010s or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we would literally like have a game plan and write down which department we're going to go to and leave the house at like 6 o'clock. Because that means we'd have to have dinner at like 2, 3 o'clock. Digest, get the food in, and hit the road to go to Walmart or Target or whatever to do some shopping.
So back in the day, though, they wouldn't even open the doors till like midnight, or some wouldn't even open till like 3 in the morning or 5 in the morning, and you would stand in line.
Park yourself in the parking lot and wait for
And
then they would. But see, back in the day, you're right, midnight. But then they kept moving it up to like 9 to 8 to 7. So the last time we actually did a whole Black Friday haul, it may have been over 10 years now. Okay. We haven't, we go like peak. Like, all right, when the crowd dies down, all those blockbuster deals.
We're so spoiled now. Okay, because everybody does it online, and now Amazon is like bump a Black Friday. Right. So now we have Cyber Monday. Yep. So everybody knows that Monday after Thanksgiving they do it, and some people are just doing it now, even on Thanksgiving. Right. Day.
And retailers are putting their sales out now. Yeah. Which is good. So you can get in and get out and not worry about being trampled.
Or worried about things being out of stock because they're only had a limited quantity on that certain day.
Which I'm thankful for that, because honestly, the whole Black Friday thing took away from Thanksgiving.
It did. But I never partaked in it, so I never understood the whole thing. My mom loved it. She did. She would do it. And I'd be like, well, have fun.
It was always a thing.
Like Drake, take care.
Take care. It was always a need for a TV. It was always a need for like a bike. It was always a need for some special toy that one of the kids needed.
Especially, I know those gamers out there.
The games,
them game
the controllers.
They were always trying to get those on Black
PS3s
Friday.
and 4s and 5s.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully they stopped doing all that. And honestly, too, the workers, they weren't getting no relief.
They sure didn't. I used to feel bad for them people, but again, like I said, to me, it ain't ever that serious. You ain't getting it this year. I'm sorry, it's out. I'm not going. First of all, you asking me to stand again, because as Black people, we literally start cooking on Wednesday, sometimes Tuesday. So I've been cooking for days.
You right.
And standing on my feet. And now, doing this. And the worst part of it all for me is doing the dishes afterwards, because I hate doing dishes.
Oh, I hate
But
doing
all
dishes.
them pots and pans, all that stuff gotta get clean. And then you want me to sleep for a few hours to turn around and get up and stand in line to go shopping? No, I'm not doing it.
I'm glad that thing. Well, I can only speak for myself, but I'm glad that part of my life is over. We're not fighting for anybody's TV.
I mean, kudos to people who have the energy and the time to do that. I know my limitations.
Right.
Life.
And at this point in my life, I'd rather be with my family.
Yeah.
Like, I think last year we were at my sister's house up in Gwinnett, and we had a good old time doing karaoke and maybe watching a game here and there, depending on which man was in the living room at the time.
Right.
And just having a good old time. Nobody thought about shopping. I didn't want to shop.
No. I mean, yes. Even though a lot of people say bad things about the internet, there are some good things, and one of them is being able to shop online.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Because,
just hit submit.
Right. Submit and wait for it to be delivered.
And the way I shop now, I don't need a Black Friday.
Right. Man. Look, first of all, okay, so we're going to finish on this, and I did have to go back to ask you some questions about food. But let me ask you this, because this is what my parents lived for. Lay away. Did your family put stuff on layaway? God. On Black Friday? That's why I used to be look. I would always, as I was a little bit older, but not so much an adult, I would always look at my mom and be like, "Why you go to Black Friday and you ain't come home with nothing?" And it wasn't until I was older that I realized she was putting stuff on layaway and paying it off, and in whatever payment plan that they gave her until she, till Christmas, then you had it. And nowadays, one of the places that I get in trouble with, because Miss J introduced me to, Afterpay, Klarna, QuadPay, Klarna, Zip Pay, all of them.
Paying for by PayPal. See, I use them all of them. It'd be so bad. Like, I'll get a notification, your $10.54 has been withdrawn. I'm like, for what? What did I buy? It happened today. I said, what order is this?
What did I get? Oh yeah, man. That's right. Let me tell y'all, them Quad Pays, Afterpay, Zip Pay, all of that.
Gimme.
It's a problem.
It's a big problem.
My husband be looking at me like, "What'd you get?" I'm like, I don't remember. Hold on. Look, I'm just about to you. I have to go back to my app. What did I order? Oh yeah, that's what it is. I got 2 more payments. Right.
I'll be forgetting.
So yes, darn you for introducing me to that, because let me tell you, it's clutch. It comes in at the last minute.
Listen, I'd rather pay my $10 now and every 2 weeks versus paying $50 right away. Come on. That's new school.
Let me tell y'all, last year I had a problem. I was putting everything, like I said, I had all of them.
Have a problem.
So I was like, which one do they use? They use Zip Pay? Okay, bet. What's this one use? Oh, especially right now, like Shein and all them, Walmart, everybody use it.
Even Amazon uses a firm.
Hold up. Let me tell you my bougie behind. When I found out that Bloomingdale's took one of them, I was like, oh, look, it's a wrap. I was getting bags and shoes and everything. And my husband was like, this your last quad pay, Afterpay, whatever it is, purchase for the year.
I am not above the new age of layaway. Tell y'all right now,
because that's all it is. That's literally the same thing that my parents would do. The only difference is they got your bank account and they're gonna go ahead and let you have your product now and continue to draw from your bank account. Yeah. Whereas versus before you couldn't get it until you paid the whole thing. Until you paid the whole thing.
Before all those came into play, the last thing I had on layaway, I forgot about it. That was at like Marshall's or something. It was a purse. It was either a Steve Madden or a Coach. One of them purses I thought was cute, but I was like, I can't pay for it right now. Put on that way. Again, this is like maybe 10 years ago. My smart self forgot that I had that thing on layaway, and I found the receipt. I was like, "Oh, I gotta go get this!" And I went to go get it, and they're like, "Nah."
Yeah,
they put it back
They'll
because
put it back.
Forget.
Yeah,
which is messed up. Payment.
And guess what? They don't give you your money back either.
Did not get my money back.
Back in the day, that layaway, if you didn't come and meet that payment plan like you were supposed to, if you forgot, like you said, they put it back on the shelf and they sold it, and they still got your money that you already paid.
You just gave somebody a bonus.
But I was laughing because I was thinking now back in Bible times, if they had layaway.
We're not okay.
I'm just saying. What do you think that King David would have put up on layaway?
David?
Yeah.
Another wife.
Ooh, dang. Him and his son Solomon.
Wait. Right. David was a musical singer person, right? You know, you go find an instrument to put on layaway, another harp or a zither or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
He would have been put down to.
Man,
I don't know what that version of Walmart would have been called back then. But King Mart, I don't know. He would be like, wait. Don't put it back. Here's my payment. I'm so sorry. Obviously, I was thinking more of if they had bags back then for all his women.
Made of the finest loincloth.
Man.
That's that.
He was like, nah.
That's a baby calf right there.
Yeah, Bathsheba needed that chinchilla.
Okay. That's the meek. Oh, gosh.
Well, you know they had crocodiles and alligators back then.
Right.
Somebody had some fly boots everywhere.
Somebody had some snake skins.
Somebody had some snake skin that he was paying 200 shillings every week. He was like, all my wives got to be fly. Come
hey, where's my bag? Did it arrive?
I'm so sorry. It's because we're talking about layaway. I was just sitting here thinking about, like, what if they did have layaway back then? Man.
What would it be called? Holy Mart?
Hold up, y'all. I can't fight in tonight's war. I gotta make my payment down to Holy Mart. I gotta run to Holy Mart because you know Bathsheba, she expecting them snakeskin boots.
They close at 10.
It's 9:38. I gotta hurry. Where my chariot at?
Put the extra horse on there. I gotta go a little fast.
I gotta go. Y'all know it's about good 200 miles away, and I gotta hurry.
They only got one Holy Mart for the whole land. Has service everybody.
All the men are all up in there late at night. Well, what you was getting? Oh man, you know Mabel, she needed that. She was looking for that new KitchenAid. You know what? That's one thing. I'm sorry. Bring it back to modern day. That is one item that I have been looking for forever that ain't never on sale. Them
what?
KitchenAids.
KitchenAid stand mixers?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't get mine for Black Friday. I got it on like a Macy's Friends and Family thing.
Oh, nice.
Sale.
Discount. Yeah. So I really, really, really want one of those. But every year, them suckers don't be on sale. The KitchenAid is disrespectful. They don't care about nobody's holiday ever.
No, they don't.
So what I was going to bring it back to, we was talking about food real quick. So we talked about turkey. You asked me about how we make the stuffing or the dressing and the mac and cheese. How do y'all make your ham? Because again, that's another fight within certain people's homes.
Okay. So, make this real quick. My mother, the queen that she is of our family, loves honey baked ham.
Oh my gosh. I'm just shocked because that's what I was going to say too. My husband loves it. I do not. So
I'm just going to start there. If one of us decides to make a ham and it's not up to the honey baked ham standards, you're going to hear from her.
Oh, she'll be like, this is not.
She'll be like,
we should have just
purchased it. Or you should have just I could have given you the money. You need more glaze. It's dry. Like, oh my God.
So like I said, it's not, and I don't think honey baked ham is nasty. I just don't like it as much as I like my homemade ham.
I could go either way. I'm not a huge ham person. Honey baked ham is good because it's nice and sweet, and I like their honey baked turkey too.
Oh, I've never had the honey baked turkey.
Their roast turkey is good. Like the slice.
Oh, nice.
It's good. Okay. I could go either way. I ain't gonna be mad if ham is not on the table. I ain't gonna be happy, like overly joyed if it's there. It's just there. I'll even eat ham deli meat. I don't really care for it. Just ham. I don't know.
No, yeah, that's fine.
But I can make ham. I can get the little Smithfield.
That's what we get, Smithfield.
The quartered one or whatever the size is, the rump. I can make a little glaze and put the thing in there real quick. Be good.
Oh, see, yeah. No, I don't get the rump. I get the one with like the bone in it.
I hate the bone part because I hate slicing. So like I get the
Wait a minute. Let me just state facts real quick. I don't ever cut anything. I don't cut the ham and I don't cut the turkey. My husband does that. And maybe that's why he don't like it when I make it. But I make the one with the bone in it.
Does he use an electric knife to cut?
No, he probably needs to get one.
That's one thing that will always trigger a good memory about Thanksgiving is hearing that electric knife cutting something. That's when you know it's time to eat. We getting closer, baby. We are almost there.
But again, because that's just how my family grew up. We made the homemade ham. So like you said, we do, and that's the other thing. My family's particular. We get the Smithfield. We don't get another brand. We get Smithfield ham.
Don't you get that Kroger brand?
And we get the ones that are like, was it cured or whatever? But that's another thing. We soak it. You soak it. For me, the way we do it, we soak it in ginger ale. So you soak it in some ginger ale, and then you go in and you make your glaze, and you put the glaze on it. You slow cook it. You baste it with the glaze.
Got to baste it.
With the glaze, there's two different types of glazes I make. Sometimes mine is orange based. Sometimes mine is more like actual honey and brown sugar. Well, I still add honey and brown sugar to that too. But sometimes the base can be made with, some people make it with Coca-Cola, and some people make it with other things. Some people make it with the actual cherry juice.
I was going to ask you, do y'all use the pineapple slices and then put the cherries in there?
So, again, I'm old school, so I do like doing that. But my family be looking at me like, why you got this fruit on top of this meat? And I'm like, you're supposed to do it.
Again, black. Again, the name of this podcast is Babas by Blacks. We're going to talk about all things black. I don't know if any other culture does this, but we will dress the devil out of a baked ham with that pineapple and the mashed cherries.
Not only am I doing that, I'm going to score it too.
You got to
make it look like she done threw her headphones down, y'all.
You got to score that turkey.
You gotta score it. I'll go in and I'll score.
And then you gotta be fancier and put a little cloves in each little diamond.
Every diamond. I be stressed when I can't find my whole cloves. I be like, hey, where my whole cloves at? I be going tearing up my spice cabinet. Because again, black people, we have spice cabinets, a whole cabinet. So I be going through it. I be like, who used my clothes? I be mad. Who used my clothes? And then I find them all the way in the back.
Nobody uses the clothes but you.
Right, ain't nobody use them clothes. But every year I go through this. I be like, where my clothes at? Where the dry mustard? Where all the stuff at?
Why are we doing this?
So no, we put ourselves through so much stress
for Thanksgiving.
It's so much. We do. I ain't gonna lie. My husband look at me here like, why? Like I was talking about with the collard greens. He be like, why don't you just buy the bad ones that are pre-cut?
Can't
I be like,
do that.
Nah, I ain't doing that. That's like, I be mad. Like, that's like asking me to put glory greens on the table. I'm not doing that. I gotta get the stock and I gotta stand here all night and cut it.
And for whatever reason, everything has to be made from scratch. Like you can't shortcut.
The only thing I don't make from scratch is the yeast rolls. I do buy, what's her name?
Mrs. Sister Schubert.
I don't know what it is. It's a lady's name.
Schubert rolls.
Is that what it is? Yes. That's the only thing. But if you want, my kids, they know if they ask me for mashed potatoes, the night before, I'm sitting on the couch watching a movie, peeling mashed potatoes. I am literally peeling Idaho potatoes, then slicing them up and dicing them thin so I can throw them in on the stove and let it boil and then go and literally mash it and add my milk and stuff. We put ourselves through so much stress.
And feet be hurting.
And feet, back be on fire. Hurting. You be all by the end of Thanksgiving, which is supposed to be, like you said, a celebration, everybody's supposed to sit at the table, tell them what they're thankful for. We mad. I'm mad. Oh, why aren't you eating that? Why aren't you? I made all this stuff and y'all don't want to eat it.
You only had one plate. You better go back and get some more.
Because, again, I don't know how to make, like, certain things I don't know how to make small. When it comes to making my mac and cheese, it's a big old, like, I end up with 20 by 15 foot pan.
I end up with 2 pans.
Not foot, but inches.
Yeah.
Pan. Same thing with my stuffing.
And you said to me one day you don't like pie.
I don't like pie.
Okay, so what type of desserts y'all make?
So my family likes pie.
Do you buy a dessert?
My mom, she used to make pecan pie. Wait, do you say pecan or pecan?
Pecan.
Yeah, we say pecan.
Pecan.
But I'm not one of those people where it's like, no, I don't care. Pecan. But yeah, she made pecan pie and she would make sweet potato pie.
Now I'll make sweet potato pie.
Okay, so here we go again. Black. Do you eat sweet potato? Y'all have sweet potato pie? Or do you do pumpkin pie?
Can I? Okay. We gonna make this quick, fast, because again, I have to say it one more time. My family is Caribbean. I didn't grow up on sweet potato pie. We had pumpkin pie.
Okay.
Because we knew that that's what the other counterparts had for their Thanksgiving dinners.
The Americans.
The other, not just black. The people that work for Campbell's Soup. Okay. So, yeah. I love pumpkin pie. I love sweet potato pie. I started to make my own sweet potato pie because I followed, was it Patty's recipe? I think before she had her own
Patty pies.
Before she went global with
hers.
Right,
and started selling her.
Yeah. I had a recipe for her. I can make anything. I'm flexing, but I really can. But we will have pumpkin pie as dessert, apple pie. I don't really eat apple pie like that. And maybe something like quote unquote Caribbean, like some grater cake or coconut or something, or rum cake. Bam.
Oh yeah.
We always had a rum cake.
My mom would make rum cakes. She would make what I think people call them. Some people refer to as a pineapple upside down cake, but she would do a 7-Up upside down cake is what she would do.
That sounds good.
It was good.
Now, let me clarify. For rum cake, it's not the one that has like that looks vanilla-ish, yellow rum cake. You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
Rum cakes in certain regions in America or wherever are like yellow or white or whatever.
Yeah, cake. Mm-hmm.
Ours is called black cake because it's black because of the wine that's used to soak the fruit down.
Yeah.
I don't know if caramelize is the right word, but anyway, it makes everything turns black because the juices they're macerated. That's the word.
Okay.
The fruits, the dried fruits have macerated in with the dark red wine, turns the whole thing black. It's so good. So good, but it's full of liquor.
Oh, I'm sure.
When you open it, take the foil off, all you smell is alcohol.
Well, and that's just like even with rum cake, like especially with my family, whoever was bringing it, whatever container, as soon as you open it, you smell it. But I think that's the problem, right? It says black people, nothing we cook or eat on Thanksgiving is healthy, like at all.
How many plates do you eat on Thanksgiving?
I don't know. I honestly don't. Probably 2, 3, maybe 4. And then that's just plates of food because, like you said, you have the desserts. So we didn't, so my mom loved making desserts. So she would make the pecan pie or pecan pie. She would also make the sweet potato pie. We didn't do pumpkin pie because that is not of our culture.
Because that's not of our culture.
But she would make us make, with the kids, Rice Krispie treats. We would make Rice Krispie treats. We make those every Thanksgiving and every Christmas.
We just do things in excess. We made Rice Krispie treats one year and cupcakes because there was a period I loved making cupcakes. I still do, but we made cupcakes, the pies, a whole bunch of stuff, just extra for no reason. Full of carbs, full of sugar, full of diabetes, just sitting there, just waiting to happen. But do you guys eat breakfast that day? The day of Thanksgiving? Do you eat breakfast?
A small one. I might make literally just some bacon and eggs, and that's it.
I don't even think I do that. I think I just make coffee and just get straight to cooking. Because after a while, since I'm working in the kitchen, I'm not hungry.
Right, you know what they say is because you're smelling all of the food, so it makes you not be hungry.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, again, like we said, we start cooking days before.
Yeah.
So it ain't like you said, we are there cooking, all like literally, and then we usually eat around 2 or 3 anyways. Mm-hmm. It's not like, even though yes, it's dinner, no one eats it at like 6, 7 o'clock.
I think one year we did go late just because this timing.
Okay.
Not intentional. It was like we didn't hit the quote unquote table because nowadays it's like get you a plate, pull up on the couch, don't spill nothing. We're not all sitting together. We've done that maybe once at my oldest sister because she had the space to create like the long table. Mm-hmm. But now it's like get you a plate, get you some folks.
Oh no, my kids no. Even though I don't make you dress up, we still gonna eat at this formal dining.
But see, it's usually just you and your family, right? You don't really have extended like people come to your house.
Well, no, I've had my family one year did come in town for Thanksgiving,
and you guys were able to seat everybody. Mm-hmm. Well, that's good.
Well, my table extends.
That's good.
So, but yeah,
that's good.
But yeah, because my family was there, so we had to dress up and we had to do that. But again, I don't make my kids dress up, but I do. I'm like, yeah, no, we gonna sit at this formal table. I have my formal, not actual. What do you call it? China.
Right.
I have China for Christmas, but for Thanksgiving I don't. But I still have actual Christmas stuff.
Right.
Plates and bowls and stuff like that they come, that I'm like, no, you gonna sit here, you gonna eat this out at this table. We gonna, like you said, we gonna bless this food. Everybody gonna tell me what they think for, and then everybody gonna eat.
I'm lying. We did manage to squeeze out a couple of seated dinners late, like in this newer age of life. We did. Okay. But that thankful for, growing up, I used to hate that. Because it took forever to go around everybody. I'm hungry. Because when you're a child, you ain't cooking nothing. Well, I mean, you help out, but I'm not in the kitchen all day. I am literally waiting to eat. So we sitting down or whatever. I'm thankful for. Oh my God, please hurry up. So mine will be something real short. Thankful for my family. Who's next? Because my little greedy butt was ready to eat.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Well, nowadays we don't. I don't do that. But yeah, when we were younger, we had to do the same thing. But we do say grace, though. I'm like, I was going to ask you about that. Before we say grace.
Who says grace in your family? Right now.
So.
Right now. Talk about right now and then go back.
Okay. As Black people.
Black.
We do allow the head male of the family to say the grace on special occasions.
Yep.
So mine is actually my husband. He's not good at saying grace. So therefore, our youngest, which is my younger daughter, she normally blesses the food. She blesses our food every night. We say grace every night anyways.
And she does good with it?
Yeah, she just does a little cute little thing. Like, God is great, God is good, let us thank him for our food type thing.
I still say that now.
Right. So she does that. Yeah, she does that every.
I don't deviate.
Right. But of course, you know how Black people are. We're so extra.
I got you.
So for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, and Easter as well.
I got you.
Everybody, you got a whole speech. Okay. Go for it. I want to know what yours is. Go.
You've met my daddy.
I sure have, and I love him so much.
I don't have to say much with this, but I will expound because the listeners are listening. Love my daddy, but he can get so long-winded, even without prayer. My man can go on and loop topics back to each other. We're like, I thought we finished talking about the Sudan. Like, what's going on? So, of course, like you said, the head male in Black cultures is the one to bless the food. Sometimes, depending on whose house it is, it might be one of my brothers-in-law. But most times, we just hand it to my dad.
Yeah.
Whew, this man will pray for the food, the hands that prepared it, the type of food we had. We'll pray for me, my mama, my sisters, their husbands, their kids, their cousins, my brother's family, my brother-in-law's family, the other brother-in-law's family, the church people, and also pray for good health and good wealth and come back around to the food that he can't wait to eat. Meanwhile, the food we just warmed up has gotten cold again. This is all you hear. And then see how you're laughing? That's my sister. She can't never hold her laughter.
I know.
So
and I know which sister it is too.
Wait, it gets better. While he's praying, he'll hear her giggling and sniggling. So when he's done, he gets mad and cusses her out.
Like, you're not supposed to be laughing
during prayer.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Again, this is every black family because there's always the one who laughing, and the daddy or the grandpa, whoever it was saying the best, he's gonna get mad. Now, the reason why I'm over here cracking up is because as he passed away last year. As he got older, this man got so emotional, I'm cracking up because I just know my dad. As he got older, he didn't go all the way around the world with being thankful or what he was saying grace for. He would say his grace, but it always, God, y'all about to be mad at me. This is my daddy. I'm going to reenact. He'd be like, all right, everyone, we just want to come together and say thank you so much, for all of the hands that prepared this lovely food and these meals. I'm so thankful that, we have everyone that was able to come in and come into town for this lovely evening with us. And and I just want to say that I'm just so proud of my family.
So do
all of my kids because, a lot of men don't get to see their kids grow up and get to see, what they become. And it's just a blessing that I've been able to experience not only my kids, but my grandkids and some of my great-grandkids. And I'm just so thankful that y'all are all here.
I can't believe you.
And we be it's like you said, just like you said, sister. I'm the one who's snickering. I be like, here he go, because I be making fun of him with my siblings. I be like, he gonna cry. He gonna cry. I give him about good 2 sentences before he gonna start crying up in here. And sure enough, he would just start. And I just told you, I'm so grateful. I be like, doggone. I be like, Daddy, we want, like you said, we ready to eat. We understand that you're grateful and thankful, but why are you over here crying?
They do get a little weepy in their older years. They just so happy to be surrounded by their loved ones.
You give them a little gift. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, I think because everyone gets older and, leave and cleave, and you break off to your own.
But we at the end of the day, we ready to eat.
Right. But you be looking at them like, why you like you said, your dad be having a whole 10-minute speech. My dad's, his still is 10 minutes, but it's just more him crying. I'm like, well, what is you doing? We are hungry. So we're going to go ahead and end part 1 here, and we're going to pick back up next week. So we hope that y'all enjoyed this episode. Tune in next week. See y'all.